Welcome back, fellow coders. Jared O'Leary here with BootUp. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the audience cheer in the award acceptance speech project. So let me go to the sounds of the stage. I've already got some in here. The first two are different cheering and clapping sounds. So I want to make it so that we pick one of those two randomly whenever we receive the message to start cheering. So I need to first make that message, say cheer. And when the backdrop receives that, it's going to pick one of those first two sounds, either number 1 or number 2. So let me click. Cool, so they're extra happy in that one. Okay, so once you've got that, we want to go to one of the sprites and we're going to add in some code that makes it so that they do something when they also receive the message for cheer. What I want to do is actually switch so that the person is cheering with their arms up in the air, and then they jump up in the air a few times, and then when they're done, they'll sit back down and or stand. So I want to start with a cheer costume when their arms are up, and then end with a stand costume. Now I'm going to actually put some blocks inside of here. So what I want to do is make it so that the crab will jump up here, and we'll use a glide block to do that, and then go back down to here. So use another glide block. Now notice how I grabbed the block after I made it move. That made it so that it had some different numbers in here. Okay, so I want the crab to jump multiple times, so I'm going to add in a repeat. And I don't want all of these sprites to do the same thing, like the same amount of time and whatnot, and the same amount of jumps up and down. So I'm going to use a random amount. So maybe they'll jump between 5 and 10. And maybe for these, they will glide between 0.1 and 0.5. Let me do that again. 0.1 and 0.5. Cool. So when we receive this, the crab will jump up and down. See how it's jumping up and down faster and slower sometimes? And then when it's done, it'll go to stand. Now, to make it even more realistic, we could actually add in like a turn block. So when they're jumping up in the air, they're like, yay! Or yay! Something like that. So we could use, again, another pick random and put this inside of here and be like, hey, pick a random number between -10 or -10 and 10. Then at the very end, to make sure that the audience member is not like laying in the chair, because that might annoy the people next to you, you want to make sure they're not doing this. So we're going to reset it so that they are pointing in the correct direction. So we're going to say, hey, when you stand up again, point in the correct direction. So let's see what this does now. Jumping and down, up, see how it's turning a little bit? And let's see when it stops. So it reset and it's pointing in the correct direction. So once you do this with each one of the sprites, then it'll make it so that they all move at different amounts of time for different amount of jumps and things like that. So here's what it actually looks like in the project that I created. So a green flag. See how they're all jumping up and down at different times? They're not all jumping at the same time with everyone going like this. That would look really funny. So make sure when you're doing something like this that you use the random, pick random blocks, like these, when inside of here, because that'll make it so that everybody moves in a different way.